Hi, I'm Andrea Lancaster, also known as Andrea Lancaster Earth Alchemy. That's on Facebook, where I have an open page where I do tarot for the week ahead, etc. I also have a subscription academy where I help my lovely ladies. I only say ladies because it's always ladies who join um, to fully embrace and understand who they are on this spiritual journey. Anyway, okay, so I've come on today to talk about the energy of February, which is coming up very quickly. So it's about what we can expect and maybe some pointers towards it. So although my guides have channeled, I'm just, they did talk about something else first, which was the overall energy of what's going on. I suppose I could tell you. Now, this isn't February, this is in general. So they basically said, many at this time are stumbling around in the chaos and fear and do not understand what is going on. They cannot see the energy. They cannot feel the energy. They are too rooted in 3D. They are stumbling around, they are worried, they are fearful, and they do not understand what is going on. They do not understand their life's purpose. They know that something's wrong, but they don't know how to put it right and how to make a start. And this is all impacted by certain agencies, shall we say, energetically putting out fear in the media, scare tactics to keep people in fear. Sorry if you can hear anything there, that's my dog shaking his head, sorry. But they also talk about how they are deliberately making people confused, and the energy, because it's ramping up so much now, and there's so much change, and this, you know, the solar flares that are coming in now, the Schumann resonance is off the scale. Literally, the energy that's coming in now we've never had before. It is like nothing anybody's seen before when they're measuring the Schumann resonance. And this is, shall we say, for want of a better word, destabilizing many humans on this planet. Now, to those who are awake or awakening or on their spiritual path, they have an idea. They kind of understand, well, right, it's, you know, the quickening of the energy, the shift energetically. And the Earth, Mother Earth, is a sentient living being, and she is changing and moving into fourth density, 5D, if you want to call it, or certainly a shift in energy, vibration. So it's her vibrational energy is getting quicker and quicker. But wow, is it? I mean, crazy. So we've got all of that going on. And so the people who aren't aware of any of this and who have not, well, shall we say, who have disassociated themselves from their spiritual side and are firmly rooted in 3D material kind of life, and they've forgotten who they are, essentially, that they are a spiritual being, are very fearful and confused by all of this. And they don't understand why it's causing problems, maybe energetically with headaches and different things. And exhaustion. It is also causing people with ascension symptoms, if you want to call it ascension symptoms, but people who are fast asleep, and I'm not being derogatory, don't understand this, and it's making them very worried. They can see on a global scale what the results of these energy changes are, but they don't understand that is the result of them. Because the last vestiges of the old guard, the last vestiges of the way we've been held and imprisoned by religion, etc., the mass controlling of the masses, shall we say, is leaving. It's going. It's being forced to change. Patriarchy is being forced to loosen its grip, but they don't like it, so they're trying to hang on. And you know, you can see this by the Ukraine war, etc. Whatever you believe about the Ukraine war, this is a direct result. How, you know, the government, the USA, is admitting that, well, they call them unidentified aerial phenomena now, not UFOs. Yes, we are being visited, but they're not going really into detail because they've known this for 80 odd years. They are just saying now, but it's gonna they're gonna fall flat on their face. Our UK government isn't even saying anything, so they're losing their grip on being able to control people that way. So they are using other tactics. They are trying, without getting political, they are trying, the old guard are trying to force us into a dictatorship, a worldwide dictatorship. They're trying to take away our rights, you know, to peaceful protest. They're trying to take our rights to own property, cars, etc., etc. And they're trying to blame it on things like a global green agenda. I'm not saying we shouldn't be cleaning up our act and looking after Mother Earth, by the way. That is not what I'm saying. But the way they are going about it is not because they care about the planet. It's because they don't want to release control. They want to keep us in a certain way where we don't question, we don't critically think, we don't think, hang on a minute, why am I working really, really, really hard and getting this much, and they're getting paid X amount off my back, but I never get any further? My life never gets any better. Well, it can. We all have the opportunity because we create our own life, but within this, there's this energy of society saying you can't get any better. So what's happening here is they are saying all of this is being turned upside down by the energy of ascension, because we're moving away from that denser energy pattern into a much higher vibrational pattern that is all about peace and love and harmony and understanding. And I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, you know, we've still got a long way to go, but it's going to be much better, where we're not all going on round the merry-go-round of money makes the world go around. It will be a much more beneficial community-based place. So it will not be the haves and have-nots, etc. Also, still bearing in mind we create our own reality, and we are all connected. So there is your own consciousness in this bubble, and then which intermixes with other people's bubbles, which forms a bigger, wider unity consciousness. So, you know, it what they're talking about is how it all feels like it's being turned upside down, everything's in upheaval, it feels like everything's been turned inside out, and they're confused and they're frightened and they're fearful. And so my guides are talking about how we've got a choice, and in February we really need to start making that choice. Do we let them continue to tell us what to do and live in fear and live out the fear factory and listen to everything? Or do we start to think about things and look for evidence? We look for information so we can form our own opinions and ideas, and not to be living in fear. Because if we continue to live in fear, things are just going to get worse for the vast majority of people. We know that the shifts in the energy are causing the pole axis to shift. It's already shifting. It's gone back a bit apparently, but it was shifting. It's gone back a bit. But that causes, movement, plate tectonic movement, so that can cause earthquakes, tidal waves, tsunamis, you name it. So there's all of this going on. There's a lot of volcanic eruptions and rumbles and everything going on now. And this is because of the movement Mother Earth is going through. And we, as people on this planet, humanity, have a choice now to have a smoother, more harmonious, happier shift energetically, or we can make it even more difficult for ourselves, where it will be feel very catastrophic, and it will feel like most of the population of the earth is being wiped off it because of all the things that are going on the surface of the earth. So we can look at it in a detrimental way, or we can look at it in a much more positive way. And if we align ourselves with the right energies, we can help ourselves to move forward. Now, I'm not saying everything will be perfect. We're here to learn, absolutely. But we can make the decision to make our journey and everybody else's easier and happier. But we have become very warlike. We do like to fight with each other. We do like to disagree with each other. We do like to hate on each other. We do like to judge each other. And all of this needs to go. There's no place for that when the energy shifts. That's not what you get in a fourth density 5D place, fifth dimension. There's no place for that. So as you shift up a gear, when you start to shift up a gear, when you start to work on yourself. And the key to all of this is to realize externally, nothing's going to change for you unless you start to work on yourself inwardly, and that we are all one, we are all connected, we are all connected to the divine consciousness, I call it the quantum creator being, and it is not a god sat on a throne dictating and telling everyone what to do and what it can't do, no, you're going to burn in hell and blah blah blah. That's not it. We are actually our own God. We are our own creator because we are part of the divine. And the sooner we start to go inward and connect, the quicker our energy will change, the quicker our realization will form that things aren't how they've ever seemed. So in February, my guides are asking us to start to make the changes, start to meditate more, start to take time out. Don't be busy all the time, because we're deliberately busy. The busier we are, the less time we have to think and to question. Why do you think it's so busy now? So we can't sit and contemplate. We can't think. We can't question because we're so tired we can't be bothered. So take time out to sit and think about things. Think about what you want. Think about, yes, what do you need to release from your life right now? Because January, February is the time to do that. It's the time to release, because March is when things really start to kick off and change. And then May. So as we see these changes and cycles, we need to move with them rather than against them. So we have to work in a heart-centered way, not here. We have to really go within and trust our intuition and see what we need to let go of now. What serves you now? What doesn't serve you? Our relationships past its sell-by date. Maybe they were good and that's where they needed to be at one point, but now they're not. Maybe jobs need to change. Maybe that job is no longer right for you. It doesn't make you happy. You dread going to work. Maybe friends just don't get you now because you've changed. You think differently and they don't get it because they still want to do the things they always did and you no longer want to do that. and they don't want to really deeply think about things. So that's where the disparity starts. But don't be afraid of this, is what my guides are saying. It means you are moving forward, or certainly your vibrational energy is changing, and you are allowing things to flow up and through and out when you are doing that. You are releasing the past, if in a linear sense, and you are allowing yourself to go into the flow and move forward rather than resist the flow. When we step into the flow, we go towards where is best for us. When we refuse to, we hang on to the old, and it causes problems, it causes pain, it causes upset. We just have to trust, because this energy is not allowing us to hang on to it. And if we do, it has consequences, and they're not nice consequences. So the energy in February, they were saying, is bumpy at first. So it's a bit of a bumpy energy at first, where you will be having days where you think, oh, this is shit. I feel crap. I've got no energy. Yes, I do swear, in case nobody's seen the other two videos. I don't swear much, usually, but my guides don't swear. It's me, by the way. You know, you need to realize why you may be feeling like that. You may be feeling depressed or down, and it is the energy. It is the shifting and changes of the energy that we're being bombarded with so much right now. It can make you feel like you've got brain fog. It can make you feel very tired, listless, can't be bothered to do anything. Now, I'm not saying go against that in a sense, because if you need to rest, you need to honour your physical body and allow yourself to rest. Mentally, if you're tired, rest. But also at the same time, you need to be ready to allow to let go, to bring new positive energy in, to help you through February, etc., and so on. So the first few days are going to be bumpy, and then the energy starts to, well, I would say, pan out, but as in it starts to get smoother. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it starts to smooth out a bit more, where you feel like you have more definition. You can see a bit more with more clarity, where you maybe need to make some changes even, or a lot of changes. There might be some epiphany moments, or just the need to know that you have to change things now, because you can't stay where you are. Your life doesn't work for you anymore in the way it is, so you know you need to start making the changes. Just by the fact you start to make the effort to do that, the energy recognizes that, the universe recognizes it, and it helps you to start to make the changes. So that's the energy. So at the beginning, it's probably going to feel still a bit more bit of an uphill battle, but then it smooths out. So I'm going to introduce some tarot cards into this as well. As I said, I might. And I am going to, just as some key pointers. Okay, so we have the Chariot, which is a major arcana card. We have the Seven of Wands. It's a suits card. And the High Priestess, which is another major arcana. So that's big energetic changes. When you get major arcana cards, the more you get, the more it means there's bigger changes. So we start with needing to take charge of your life, which is what my guides were talking about. Needing to move forward. So if you make a start, even if you're not sure exactly where it's taken you, the fact you are taking charge, you are taking back the reins and control of your life and determined to move forward, that is the key. Start to take control. Don't just sit on your pity pot like I was the other day. I had a good hour sitting on my pity pot feeling sorry for myself. Then I got myself off it and decided, yeah, that's enough of that, Andrea. Get on with it. It's not going to help. So get off your pity pot. Woe is me. You are in charge of your life. You can make the changes. You can pull things together and start to go in the right direction. And this is what this card is about. It's bringing balance into your life. If you see the white and black horse, balance. The minute you start to take charge of that, balance will start to be restored in your life. And in February, this is what the energy is like. It's about bumpiness, but then more balance and more of an even keel. Okay? Yes, you will still feel like this is still a bit tough. Not exaggerating. On the side of, oh, not very, very. This, these next few years are very tough in a lot of ways. We're having to get to grips with a lot of different things, but it's worth it. So yes, you are going to feel like things are a struggle at times, and especially when you know you need to let go of things and change things. I'm doing that right now. I know there's things I need to change, and I'm doing it. I'm starting on the list. When you look at it, you think, oh, do you know what I mean? And oh my God, that means a lot of hard work after that, you know. But yeah, that's what's going to happen to get to where I want to be. Do you know what I mean? So these changes energetically will get me where I want to be, but I have to get rid of things. I have to change things, move things, and I have to be prepared to put the hard work and effort in. And even in some ways, February suggests you may feel like you're defending yourself and your opinions, as long as you're not forcing your opinions on someone. Um, like, can I say, the Jehovah's Witnesses and people who bang on doors and try and ram things down your throat about how things should be and what you should do, and you're all going to burn and go to hell. Um, there's lots of other religions like that as well, and there's lots of good in religion as well. So I'm not saying it's all bad, by the way. There's lots of beautiful people with beautiful energy who help a lot of people as well. So I'm balance. But it's like me trying to tell people they have to do this because this is your only salvation. Well, there's many different roads of salvation, isn't there? If it's salvation you're after, but it's not. It's energetic change, isn't it? It's shifting the gears. If it was a car, you'll be changing the gears on the car to a higher, from say 1 to maybe 3 on the gear stick, or 4 or something. Do you know what I mean? You're shifting up a gear. I don't drive, but you know what I mean. So, yes, you may feel sometimes like people are going or opposing you, but if you're determined to make the changes, you won't let this bother you. You will go, okay, that's your opinion, that's fine, but I'm doing what's right for me. And that's what matters. Be true to yourself this month. Be very true to yourself and trust your intuition, because it is going to serve you so well. The High Priestess knows. The knowledge and the wisdom flows through the High Priestess. She's fully connected to the divine. She knows everything and everything that is going on. She is not disconnected. She is connected to the energy. She is lit up brightly by the light, by the divine source energy. She is anchored in the light. She has activated her light. And she feels it. She knows it. She can smell the energy, taste the energy, touch the energy. She's at one with the energy, and this is what will help you. Trusting your intuition, your gut instinct will help you, because February is a month of Imbolc as well, by the way, in a pagan festival. Uh, it's normally the 2nd of February. Some call it Candlemas. That's fine. It's the bringing of the light. The light comes back into the world, so the sun returns. Okay. This is about your light, shining your light, not being afraid to shine your light, not allowing anybody to dim it. This is what February is about, but it's also about high vibrational intuition. You will be getting thoughts dropping into your head to help you on your journey, to help you make the right decisions. It's going to feel really, really quite electric in ways, February. So listen, because your guides are helping you. They're talking to you. Your intuition's talking to you. It's really going to feel like you've got a telephone to your guide, and you have. You are connected to them at all times. So listen, because that's what this month is about, and that's what will help you get through the month of February. So rocky and bumpy at first. As we move forward, it gets smoother. I'm not promising a totally smooth ride because of the changes we're going through, and the changes Mother Earth's going through. This process is a big process, and we're halfway through. We have at least another 10 years of this. So buckle up and gather your strength and your energy and trust yourself and allow yourself to be guided by your higher self. Not just in the month of February permanently, but this month can give you some really good pointers energetically. February is about some really good nuggets of information for you to help point you in the right direction for the rest of this year. So be ready for that. If you say yes to that, they will bring it forward for you. They will show you. Will there be a big billboard up saying, Andrea, this is your next move, this is what you need to do? Probably not. I'll be over the moon if there is, but probably not. But you get the gist. There will be nuggets of information come forward to help you, to make it easier, smoother. So when you do feel like you're up against it a bit because either people are pulling you down, poo-pooing you, saying you can't do that, why? Why can you not do that? Because they can't, so they don't want anybody else to get further forward? Or is it because they're so frightened that you will move forward and leave them behind? That is their choice. They can move forward themselves, but they should not be wanting to hold anybody else back. Remember to think of you and what you want, and everything will balance out. And those that should stay in your life will. Those who do not vibrate on the same energetic wavelength will fall away. And so it is meant to be. But you will move ahead, you will make some waves probably, but you will also make some good headway. There is, shall we say, power in the engine. You are powered back up. You are ready to move forward. You feel like you're ready to move forward and make some miles in this journey. Do you know what I mean? And to, not just idle along. We're really moving along in February if we allow ourselves to. So the energy isn't too bad. Your intuition is going to really, really like ding, 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 really picking up a pace. So please be prepared to kick in, to connect, not kick in, to connect into that, because it will really serve you well. And for February, well, it's always, but for February, it's heightened. So energetically, whatever the combination of energy is, the waves of energy, it's very, very, shall we say, psychic. It's very mediumistic. You're very able easily to tap in to that. So make the most of it. It won't feel like uh, I can't see anything, can't hear it. No, you can. Don't doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. And February will be a good month for you. So I hope that's helped. But most of all, my guides really want you to make the right decisions for humanity, for Mother Earth, so that you have a smoother, happier energy shift, a happy one rather than a traumatic one. And February is about setting the scene for that. So, you know, let's start making our choices. Let's start seeing where we're going. Let's, you know, get ready. And when we know where we're at and what we're doing and we're trusting ourselves, we will be fine. We won't be in fear. We won't be led off in fear or, oh God, I don't know what's happening. Oh my God, oh, well, this is bad. This is, as soon as you start that, your energy drops. But the minute you say, it will be okay, I will sort this, I will find a way forward, there is always an answer, there's always a way forward, this will sort itself out, your energy raises because you have faith and trust in yourself and your higher self. And then the answers come forward because you are inviting, you are manifesting the answers in rather than pushing them away when you are in fear and panic and worry. That's the difference fundamentally. So enjoy February or February, my accent. Yeah, have a good one. Remember, you are in control of this life. You are nobody else. Make your life a good one. Enjoy it. Namaste. Blessed be. See you all soon.